Hello, beautiful people. Dr. Elisa Medhus here. I did a lot of research for our new service, the relief from attention deficit disorder, which is actually a cognitive style. It's not really a disorder. But here's what I've got. I've got some generals, and I'll just read part of these. It's a massive script of instructions. That you are free from and cured of attention deficit disorder, of course, of all forms. That you have sharp mental focus, not easily distracted, no excess impulsivity, have and accept complete control over impulses, with or without hyperactivity, that one. Free from and cured of neuroinflammation. We work with blocking the genes that contribute to the development and persistence of attention deficit disorder. That the brain is in its ideal, perfected, and pristine state of functioning, free of all brain diseases and disorders, all neurotransmitters transmitting between the prefrontal cortex and the basal ganglia. We make sure that is ideal and maximum. We make sure the volume of all regions of the brain, because they are smaller in some regions with this condition, are increased to ideal and maximum amounts. That norepinephrine and dopamine and glutamate in the central nervous system is increased to ideal and maximum levels. Neural networking in all regions is ideal and perfect. The regulation of impulse control by the basal ganglia, we address that. We address executive function, make sure that is ideal and perfect. The functioning of the prefrontal cortex, we make sure that is ideal and perfect. The functioning of the frontal cortex of the brain, we address that, we optimize that. We address the functioning of the cerebellum, we address the functioning of the basal ganglia, functioning of the parietal lobes, the activity of the frontal lobe and parietal lobes. We make sure that's ideal and maximum instead of reduced like it sometimes is with ADHD. Let's see, we make sure the visual and dorsal networks of the brain are optimized. We optimize the we get rid of frontostriatal malfunctioning. Let's see, what else do I want to say? That deformation of the basal ganglia and the caudate and the putamen and the globus pallidus regions of the brain. We make sure there's no deformation, which can result in symptoms of ADHD. We also make sure the anterior cingulate activation is ideal and perfect. Let's see, what else I want to share. We make sure we get rid of cortical thinning. Make sure that there's no dopamine dysfunction in the caudate and limbic regions of the brain. We make sure the thickness of the cortex of the prefrontal cortical regions, the middle frontal, the premotor gyri, the medial prefrontal wall, and the anterior cingulate regions of the brain is ideal and perfect thickness. Let's do one more. We make sure the orbital frontal cortex and the right inferior frontal gyruses of the brain are optimized, and that's just a little bit of it. So I'm going to hopefully include this and other things when I do a back to school special. So stay tuned. Bye.